It's the Jobbers Tears podcast.
Hello.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha.
Your anniversary.
1 year.
That was the funniest way to just start. I was like, and I couldn't even. I was like, happy birthday.
Lots of good
Welcome, Jobber Nation, to our 1 year anniversary. It is no one's birthday. Actually, yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, 1 year ago.
Mine's birthday.
Let's talk. No, I did Wrestlemania last year.
Mania. It was 3 of us.
First of all, let me talk about my history. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
So
Part of the history, nigga.
well, then you should know.
First of all, aren't you just producing the show? Why are you even let her talk? Not because I'm on the
Look,
show.
you're gonna fuck that all the way up. Well, Jobber Nation, it is our 1 year anniversary of the Big Four. Thanks to anyone that's watching on the live feed and that has already subscribed to the Jobber Tears podcast on YouTube. It has been one hell of a year. It just seems like yesterday we were about to go to New Orleans, 20 deep, and now we are concluding WrestleMania 35 in our backyard in our city of New York, New Jersey.
Sorry.
Shadow of New York.
That's a shadow of New York.
Shadow bees. As always, I am Janelle from HR. I'm going to let these lovely ladies introduce themselves because I feel like they do probably a way better introduction of themselves than I would. So I'm actually going to start to my far left.
Hi. Hi.
Here.
I'm here. My name is Jenna.
Welcome to the night news.
Today's story.
Niggas bugged out.
Niggas don't know how to act in Wale Mania.
Exactly. I am Jenna. I am from the Mixed Tag Show. Shout out to Blue.
Blue, who was on stage
He
at
was
Wale Mania.
left me in the crowd.
And he left you with, that was the funniest thing
I was
where,
like, why is he there? And you're not?
yo, I turn around and I'm like, yo, that's Blue. And I turn to you, I'm like, yo, you know
You're
Blue's
here.
on stage? And you're like, no. And I'm like, no, but he's like really on stage.
Like actually on stage. No, that's cool. Clout. That's what it is. Clout.
Did you just low blow your
I always do.
co-host?
No, I always do. I always do. If he's
It
watching,
is the
it's
most
okay.
dysfunctional, organized relationship I've ever seen in the podcast, but
It works.
it sure does. Next.
Hi guys, I'm Tatiana.
Hi.
That's all you need to know about me. I
That's
don't have
it.
anything going on right now, so it's like
It's working. It's in the works.
it's in the works. Yes, my new partner maybe. So
There
probably
you go.
definitely. So yeah.
Breaking news?
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
It's a Jobber Tears exclusive.
I like that. I always like exclusives. Everyone that knows me knows I'm always here for the exclusive. And then last but certainly not least,
I am the sensation of Miss Chrissy Love. I'm a part of the True Hill Heat Gang now.
Shout outs to Sid, JJ, and Baby Seth,
yeah.
and Mimi for definitely picking up a valuable draft pick, if I must say
That's
so
it.
myself.
Thanks, guys.
Chrissy brings a lot to the team, so that's why she is back for round 2 of the Big Four. Let's start off with, guys, we are done with WrestleMania 35.
I'm so tired.
I have one more day off tomorrow, and I'm not doing anything.
It has been probably, it feels like the longest week.
It started Thursday.
It started, well, for us on Wednesday,
because you went to
we went to Battle Club.
yeah.
Shout out to Joaquin for putting out an amazing
That's Wednesday
all-female
as well though. Yeah, we all been on since
wrestling show and then Thursday. So let's just go around, ladies. What's one of your favorite moments from this past week?
Can I start? I already know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, we do.
Well, I met the new Universal Champion on Saturday, and that was just amazing. And I met the new Intercontinental Champion too.
Yeah,
on
love.
Saturday. So
Did you like?
I've
I
been
was
trying
like,
to find
I'm
Finn
so
in
excited to meet
Brooklyn.
him. He was like, "Hi, how are you?" I was like,
Yeah, how are you?
"Yeah." I was like, "I mean, you're cute, but come on." Like,
You need more? Well, he was just a
and
pit
I
photo op.
met Alexa Bliss as well. And
Okay.
She told me that I told her I was sorry I didn't have a shirt on, and she was like, "No one rocks a stuff shirt like you do." So I was like,
Did you see her picture? Like she's in like
I'm
OD.
I feel like any picture anyone's taking this whole weekend is like cheese. Like
like what else are you going to do?
Like third grade, like I'm here.
but Steph, it was like I don't want to let you go. Like it's so fun. Yeah, you called me girl, and I was like,
He called you girl? You didn't even introduce yourself?
no, I did, of course. But then he was like, he signed my thing, and I was about to leave it. And he was like, you don't forget that girl, and I was like, you right.
Okay. All right, Jenna, what is one memorable moment from this past week?
Well, I saw my favorite a couple of times.
Another moment, because we already know what that is.
Right. Sasha Banks, if you knew that.
Yeah,
if you didn't know. So it was always a good time. I kind of bugged you out a couple of things
Yeah.
in regards to, but whatever. And we did the whole WWE shop thing. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that was cool. We did. I want to get a WWE shop.
Yeah, so
That
that
was pretty dope.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that
And just
sounds
overall,
fun.
just seeing all your friends that come into town or that's in town, and,
Yeah.
escaping from the real world and just enjoying what
I
we
feel like I
love.
was mixing real world and fantasy land because half the time I was working, half the time I wasn't. So it was like, I'm here at work, but once this is over, I gotta go to a wrestling show. I gotta put on my
Got
wrestling
things
cap
to do,
on.
Yeah.
Chrissy, memorable moment of this week.
Like she said, meeting a lot of new people and seeing old friends that you've met from wrestling events. And my first time going to Wrestlemania,
Same.
just seeing all of that black excellence on stage
That was great.
gave me kind of chills almost. And it was, if you were not there, it was something just beautiful
cried,
to see.
twice.
Yeah,
I
it's
almost
just
cried.
it was
It's
just
for the-
something.
It's like one of those things that we've always talked about it, on our podcast, and I feel like just us in general, we kind of feel like the outcasts, there aren't people that look like us that watches wrestling the way that we do. But to be in a space where literally you guys all have the same type of love and feel for wrestling and look like you and come from the same, whether it's your neighborhood, the city, whatever it is, it's definitely an occasion. It's one of those things you got to kind of remember.
Well, not
And
even
go to
that, just
WrestleMania.
not even because of the black excellence
Dope.
thing, but just everyone that was at Wrestlemania that was literally behind Kofi.
Yes,
in this match.
It
It was
chills,
just
the seeing his
the
name on
vibe was really supportive and just everyone having a good time and there for their love of wrestling.
And nothing bad happened that night.
Niggas didn't bug out.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They need to take it to another level.
Right, they can take it to another level, it's
niggas that night.
and you literally walked in, no one checked you or whatever, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, they're wild.
No,
I could've bought
dead ass.
a ticket here.
I was tight
I thought about
because
that.
I get there, no one scanned my ticket, no one checked my person. I was like, this is the
They
most
just looked
safe.
at it, and I was like,
This is the most unsafe, safe place I feel like I'm in. But
I could have bought a whole bunch of stuff that I left in my
I could've
car.
bought liquor.
Yes,
I could've bought-
I had one in the car pre-game before we came in, just in
Like,
case.
I'm glad type that we couldn't screenshot a ticket and all share it because they definitely didn't scan shit. So I could have been like, look, one of us paid. We all
Yo, I
$5 to be in
legit
there.
had 2 hard tickets, and I was just like, I could have saved me $20. What the fuck is this about? For me, the most memorable moment, it's kind of twofold. So at Legends, because I didn't go to WrestleMania this year, but we had our first solo viewing party for WrestleMania with the Job of Tears podcast, and we kind of sold out Legends. So shout out to
The
literally
whole thing shut down?
every 3
Nice.
floors. There was standing room only.
Beautiful.
It was one of those moments of success and seeing all of our hard work there, but literally watching Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan's match and literally seeing people with tears in their eyes, being emotional, hugging. It literally reminded me when Obama won. It literally gave me that nigga, we made it. It was my champion is black, and I can say that for the 3rd day in a row and not give a fuck about it. But then the follow up on that, I was able to actually have a legit conversation with Kofi later on that same night at the. I'm just saying, but shout out to Matt Mania out in Arizona, the podcast, the 4 dudes. They are amazing. So make sure you tune into their podcast. They do a lot of amazing stuff. But I was actually able to just tell Kofi in his face, listen, you did this for the culture. Like, we are so proud of you. Like, I feel like I was speaking for literally every single person, like, at Legends, and for my colleagues on my podcast, telling him, like, listen, you did this for us. Like, 11 years in the making. Like, we love you. We want to tell you that. Like, we want to show you love. And then being able to take a picture. Like, I took a picture of him actually at Wrestlemania.
Oh, yeah.
And then being able to take a picture with him as WWE champion, like, that to me is just, that kind of like was the icing on the cake for my weekend. So
That's dope.
let's go on to our recap. We had a lot of, and also there were other, independent shows. I actually went to G1 Supercard. I was on the floor. It was pretty awesome to see Okada for the first time. So I just want to throw those tidbits in there and say, like, if you didn't do any WWE stuff, you should have definitely done some independent, like, G1, some Ring of Honor, New Japan. You should have did something wrestling this weekend if you're a real fan.
I wanted to go, but no one wanted
with
to.
us. It's fine.
You were invited to what?
We were invited.
I didn't say that. That came out
To
of my mouth.
G1? Yo, let me tell you, I bought.
That ain't
You already
my
know how I roll. I bought my ticket literally 2 hours before that show, and got floor seats
Did you really give?
for like $120
Wow.
at the Garden.
Wow.
So
That was Saturday.
that was definitely
We were
Saturday.
at Access all day. From like 8 to 9.
Listen, if you went to Access, that's all you really doing. Like, as far as that was, that's really all you doing. Let's talk about NXT Takeover New York, which I still feel like it's weird to say New York because it is Brooklyn, but
It was
whatever.
in Brooklyn, yes.
Ladies, let's just go up, one down. About the card. The card, it was one of those. NXT does a really good job of giving us quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having 18,000 matches, it literally was 5 matches on the card.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start with Chrissy. What is one up, one down for you, or just something that stuck out to you while watching Takeover?
My first takeover I went to.
Wait, ever?
Yes.
What?
Yep.
Nice.
Girl, we've had Takeover
I went-
here forever today.
Sorry.
So from being there, what was your experience?
Pretty much. Being there was amazing. I was very excited to. I've never been to an NXT event, so I was very, very excited to be a part of it. Even though I knew Ciampa was not going to be there, I really wanted to see Ciampa. But it was okay. It's still
access.
He definitely was at Access.
He was at yes. But I was waiting to see him wrestle when I knew that they were coming here. But overall, I love the show. My down was the women's match.
Okay.
That was definitely a down for me. The high, all the other matches were great, to be honest.
So what was it about the women's NXT championship match that you felt like it was lackluster?
Right. I don't feel like
the same.
I felt like I wasn't getting a good female match that they usually put on per se. I didn't like the ending yet again that Bianca had to tap out to.
They out here making my
Yeah, they make
wash.
right. It's like really, really
That's
bad.
what you're saying?
I swear, Roman says that she's like me all the time.
First of all, she definitely is like 2 shades darker than you.
I told her that when we had access, you don't look alike. You don't
Like,
look
you
alike.
don't look alike at all.
You can go meet her. You don't look like
Like,
her.
he's only that all the time. He's not like her.
She definitely does not. Like. Anyway, well, since we are talking, what is your one up, one
I
down?
didn't watch this, and we know this. But
So we just gonna bypass you, okay? Next, like.
So I really enjoyed the tag team championship match. Like just to start off.
To start off the show, yep.
Was crazy. The energy and just how War Raiders like bow down to like Alistair and Ricochet, and then how the crowd was just like
cheering
them. I thought that was really amazing. My down, I'd probably say the women's match too. Not because it was kind of
No, it was lackluster.
It was, but not only because that, and I've grown to appreciate Shayna, but it's like, okay, so who's gonna be the champion? Like I feel like at this point she's ready to be called up.
I thought she would have definitely thought she was dropping the title.
So it's just like, and it goes with Bianca. Like I can see why people might think she's not ready. I'm a big fan of Bianca, but like I know I missed it, but apparently like she froze up when I think she was on the top rope or something like that. I don't know, but like maybe she's not ready for like this.
You couldn't have told me that Leo Shirai or Kairi Singh was not going to get it.
If you asked me like who do you think was gonna win, I was gonna say Bianca, just because I do think she deserves it.
Right.
I'm a fan of her, but I can see why people might say they're hesitant about like
I can
giving
see
her.
both sides.
You know what I mean? So that I would probably say is my down, but everything else, the show is phenomenal as per usual.
I mean, I definitely was kind of surprised at how well Dream and Riddle's match was.
Yes.
That was slow for me, but then it
started slow.
It started slow, and then it was just like, okay.
But that's how the
countouts and this. I was like, oh, this is like I thought Dream was gonna lose.
Right, and that's why I felt like it was one of those matches. It was an undercarded match because it was like everyone's like, oh, Bro's in, he's gonna win, but then really seeing Dream put on a performance and still win. To me, I was like, well,
that kid right there, man.
There you go.
That
Patrick Clark be putting on,
And he was at
work.
Access, and like when I tell you, it was like a swarm of
people?
roaches that
Yeah.
went over to him.
Yeah.
And he was on his like he really kept it. I wanted to leave the line. It was me and Finn.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave the Finn line and go to him because he was so captivating. He was like,
And he has an aura about him. He really
I was
does.
like, I want to meet him.
I can imagine. I can like
his aura.
that kid right there
everybody.
is a star. Like he is just he is a star. Like
Not be another Kofi.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I was gonna say. Not to jump like the gun in regards to Mania, and we'll talk. I guess we'll talk more about Kofi, but Kofi just gave us hope, right?
Yeah, no, Kofi just opened up this whole door of like in a year's time, you can see someone like Dream.
Exactly.
You can see someone like when Keith Lee comes up. You can see someone like Street Profits being on a Mania card with a title shot to something.
Because a whole year
it's
ago,
possible.
a whole year ago, if you would have told
If
me
somebody
Dream, I'm like, oh nah, he's gonna be a jobber.
Yeah.
nah, Dream can
Yeah. So
He's very captivating.
Dream sold me. I want to say from SummerSlam that takeover.
Well, like, I watched him when he was on Tough Enough. Like, I watched him then, and I was like, okay, like, he was really passionate about the business, and to see him, like, being Velveteen, it's kind of cool, because I was like, shit, like, he really came a long way.
He really is. He's
like,
the character, and it really is one
He's
of those
that
things.
prince,
Like
that person that you don't question. Like he's like that type of person. Like whatever.
whatever.
He just does whatever, and it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, he was standing on the table like, they ain't saying nothing. He was just like, come on, champs. And then someone
was doing his entrance.
He was like, yeah, do it.
I would have loved to but we were stuck in Finn's line. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I probably would have stayed in Fizz.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I probably
We
would have
did.
stayed in Fizz.
But as the dream match it started slow. I think that Johnny and Adam Cole started slow too. But then it gave that performance.
And that's the beauty of NXT. Like it's just they tell stories.
It's a story.
Yes.
Because even going back to Dream and Riddle, like they were going at each other on social media. So you had to kind of like get hip to what they were doing on social media, and then when they were on the main stage, you saw like this is how the story's playing out. This is what they're talking about. So
right.
I think Takeover was definitely, it's probably one of the highest takeovers in a while. I would say too.
Absolutely, it was very good.
But all right, let's go to the main show while we are all here to talk about WrestleMania 35.
That was an all day thing. All day.
A whole day.
I fell asleep.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda.
Oh, because it was the end.
It was boring. That's why.
Our whole ending
I
was
woke up
trash.
and I was like, why is Brock Lesnar Paul Heyman out there in this match? I was so confused. I was like, shit.
Because it started over.
It reset on the network and she was confused.
I was like, why is Paul Heyman out? What is he doing?
No.
Not for nothing, about like 9:30, 10ish. I was like, all right. I've been here like since 2:30.
But for real,
I gotta drive back.
I was cold. I bought $30 WrestleMania blanket. And I was just there.
Just in the cut.
In the cut, right.
I had my hoodie on and I had a jacket on. I was like, thank God for this jacket, because I swear if I just didn't have, I was outside in the parking lot. I was like, someone's like, bring your jacket. That little gush of wind that you had, like certain parts during the parking lot.
Oh, because MetLife, there's like tunnels of wind.
Yeah.
You can get a tunnel of wind.
And I remember for $29, I thought I was trying to look cute with just a jacket.
I definitely was cute with a hoodie, and I don't remember being cold.
I was cold. So that's why I said,
I
That's why
legit
said
had
I'm-
on shorts and a hoodie.
Nah, son, nope.
Shorts.
She wearing a skirt and
Definitely.
Bare legs.
All right, let's not
Bare
judge.
legs, yep.
Let's not judge, guys.
Legs.
Thank you.
I'm judging because I think I'm sick actually because of being
Sick.
out there for about $1 million hours. So I am judging.
Between that and the rain from yesterday, I'm sure I'll be getting something in
Sooner or later, it'll come around.
There's a measles outbreak soon.
Word! Yo, I heard about that at my job today. They were like, oh, it's
Today,
measles.
they are measles. Please vaccinate your fucking kids.
Yes.
Thank you.
Or you will be fined.
On the 11 o'clock hour news.
Vaccinate
Measles
your
hurt.
fucking
They are
kids.
finding people, yep.
They are.
All right, so who wants to go first? One up, one down.
I'll go first.
You know what her down is.
What's your down?
What's my down?
Sasha Banks and Bailey losing.
I was
Bitch, losing.
listen.
Boss hug losing. B&H. Yo, you're dumb. I'm gonna say it like B&H. Oh, B&H.
Did you guys see? Did you see the She Bible shirts that we got them that they wore?
No.
I'm not sure.
They wore them and she's like, but like, it's cool, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like the revival was like, yo, where's ours?
Where
It's pretty
yeah.
dope. Like,
Hold on, I'm gonna show
No
you. Can I show you real quick?
Let me
Hold on.
see.
it's pretty cool.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on a second.
Anyway, how are
I
you?
want to say next person say they up down.
Hold on a second. No, wait.
Well, all right.
Wait, no, wait.
Okay,
Oh.
then never mind.
I'm almost. It's right there. Hold on.
It's got a lot of pictures.
First of all, y'all gotta have a scrapbook.
that was us.
Oh, okay. I did see this then.
Okay.
And then they gave them the same shirts.
Yeah,
And they wore
and then
them.
they
like,
wore
the next
them.
day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Like they practiced them. Like,
Shout out to Astro.
Right.
I love Astro. He loves hot
We
dogs.
were.
That was my first time meeting him. I
We
followed
were.
him
We
on
were.
Instagram.
We were.
Super adorable.
Anyway,
All right, so we already know you're down.
well, that really wasn't. I wasn't gonna lead with that, but if you want to bring it up, the only reason I'm happy for the Iconics. I love the Iconics. They should be.
They are a tag team. Like, I
Legitimate
keep
tag
trying
team.
Tag team,
to
yes.
tell people this.
The only issue I had was one. Sasha can't forget her moment at WrestleMania. One
ever.
This she's currently 0-4. Two, Sasha and
That's why she's in DR.
Damn, right. That's why I thought she had needed she needed some time off. Like,
Sasha and Bailey were the ones that fought for this title. Like when they had the revival and them were on, they were interviewed. They went every week to Vince's door and was like, "We want these titles. We want these titles." So if you pioneered, for these titles, that's not an actual word term, whatever. But the point is, if you're the pioneers of this. The tag team titles, don't you think like let's give you a nice little run before you just take it off?
yeah, because how long did they have the belts for? Like,
But
I mean-
50 days.
But I mean, would you rather? This is a great game.
I
Would
love
you rather? Would you rather Sasha and Bailey be tag team champions for, let's say, 250 days?
No.
Or would you rather them be separate
And yes,
and not even feud, but just be on their own single run?
so anyway, yeah, absolutely. I love Sasha on her own. Everyone knows that. But with that said, it's a big for me. I feel like it would have been bigger for both parties had the Iconics were in catering for the whole year and was jobbing to everyone for like the majority of the year, right? So it's just like catering, right? But my actual down was the main event. I mean, it was.
Let's talk about it because that was mine too.
Yeah, I fell asleep during this.
I turned my head and I was like, wait, it's over? Like, I literally like went and I was like, wait.
It dragged.
It dragged.
The only great part was when Becky kicked Ronda's head and she fell off.
The only best part.
it dragged.
The only best part was Charlotte's entrance.
No, not even because it was
she
like
didn't come out first.
She didn't come out first. That everyone was looking at the helicopter. That was over the stadium. I was like,
Let's say continuity, guys. Learn it.
listen.
But yeah, like how you gonna show her stuff first and then she doesn't even come out first. And then the person that wins didn't even get an entrance. Like she just walked out.
Well, because she's really regular degular.
She is regular degular, but I'm just saying, like, it's for the main event. Like,
it's just like you hyped this up, and it by all means it wasn't.
They didn't hype it up. Like literally, the moment when Kofi and Daniel Bryan kind of kicked off, literally like 3-4 weeks ago, the Becky, Charlotte, Ronda shit started losing so much gas.
Before that, I lost interest because it was the whole okay, Becky's injured. Okay, we get it.
It was like she wasn't, but cool story.
Little injured.
But my thing is, ultimately
Jesus,
though,
guys. Wow. Okay.
ultimately they did hype it up, right?
We shit on Becky all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I love Becky.
Oh, we shit on Becky.
If you go back to previous Big Four episodes,
I love Becky.
Me and Tatiana have been we keep the same energy.
You shit on Becky.
Which is good, right? You're not being fake about it.
No, we're not.
I've been a Becky fan even before the man, but like, it dragged. Like I gotta keep it 100. It dragged, and
you're annoying.
Listen, and ultimately, like it just. My thing is, if you're the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania, you have to knock it out of the park. So that means in future WrestleMania
to come,
other women can do the same thing.
Now,
and I don't think they delivered
that. But I feel like the person that dragged it was Ronda. Like I really feel like she's the reason why it was so bad, honestly.
But she is bad. Let's keep it 100. She's awful.
I would much rather have Sasha in that match, something like that, because they would have knocked that shit apart.
WrestleMania 32.
When Sasha should have won in Dallas. Sasha should have won in Dallas, and I was tight at Rick for that. I was like, Rick,
I wanted to beat the shit out of that man. I was like, yo, I'm going to Dallas. They still be there tomorrow. I want to fuck him up. I was so pissed.
Hence why
I can depress you. Never mind.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was about to cry.
But no, since this is why I've never been on this whole Ronda bandwagon from the gate. She doesn't deserve to be here at all because you have all these other girls that's been doing it. Yes, and money. She brought money, but how much money did she bring us?
You gotta realize. I mean, I'm never gonna take away Ronda's star power.
Yeah, she's a star somewhere else.
Absolutely. But at the end of the day,
I've never been a fan of hers, regardless.
I've never really been sold on it. I've been trying to give it a chance. The only person
from last
that
year.
I feel like ever brought the best out of her was Nia Jax. Sorry, not sorry. But so the three of them all together, it just felt like it was just so much. And
it was awkward because Ronda don't know what the fuck she's doing.
And not for nothing, like she can't put on long matches.
I don't even think it, but I understand with Ronda, but like again, it's this hype towards Charlotte. I don't want to seem like I always bash her, but like
you do.
Oh, I love me some.
But y'all always put her on a pedestal that
it's not even put her on a pedestal.
It's just she performs.
Give me something that makes sense. That's all I ask. Like I don't ask for much. Like as a fan, like just give me something that makes sense.
She didn't need to be in the match. Charlotte didn't have to be in the match.
Ronda didn't have to be in the match.
To be honest, it should have never been it should have never been for all winner takes all.
First of all,
when they did that winner takes all shit, it was just like we don't give a fuck who wins. It's whatever.
Right. Well, that too is like they shouldn't have took the title off Asuka.
Damn,
as much as I like Asuka.
I mean, but like it didn't make sense for Charlotte to beat her for her to get a belt.
It didn't.
That's the part.
It didn't.
Well, you know what? No, it does because you don't want Asuka to look super duper weak.
But she did by losing.
No, but if she would have went into Mania as champion, and it would have been, let's say hypothetically, it would have been Asuka, Ronda, and Becky. She would have been more buried there than with her and Charlotte.
Yeah, but ultimately that wouldn't have been the match. It would have been Asuka versus who should have won the Fatal 4-Way that should have happened on SmackDown or Battle Royale, whatever.
They took Naomi's chance to shine again. True story, bros.
And you saw how Naomi went in on Twitter, right? And it was about time because she's one of the people that just that be in the cut.
She just smiled.
She went off.
She went off, and she
had every right.
She needed to.
But I think a major part too is just. WWE has to figure out I always talk about positioning matches and timing.
Yes.
It makes sense. For it to be the last match of the night, niggas want to go home.
It's late.
So now you're doing this wrap it up box. And to be honest, they deserve more. As much as you may think Ronda don't deserve to be in the match, whatever your thoughts are in terms of each individual, the match itself should have been a solid, let's say 20, 25 minutes. It should have been more time.
The same way to a certain extent how Kofi
Kofi Dane Bryan went for solid 20, 25 minutes. It's longer.
These are monumental moments. And speaking of which,
that's my
business. Kofi win. That was the match of the night. That match was fire. That match was fire.
The match was great.
It was great storytelling. I think that.
This sounds like Kofi's blues. I was like, they doing this to us right now.
Right.
Yo,
everyone thought it was like you can't have Seth, Kofi, and Becky win.
So
it had to be someone, but Shout out to Vince for that.
I always tell people, I was like, listen.
Soon as Steph won, I was like, nah, we not winning.
Soon
We're
as
done. We're done.
As soon as Steph won, I was like, I can turn this off now. I don't need to watch this.
Yeah.
Like,
But you know what? I keep talking about positioning. I'm glad Seth and Brock went
That's
first.
why I said that. I was like, you needed that.
And that was a last minute
first.
change.
At first,
I heard it was last minute change.
At first, I was like, "What are they doing?" But it made sense.
made sense.
But however, the other matches, the way they positioned them was bad.
I like it. I like positioning. I just like it's too much.
Like the Kurt Angle one, that should have been like almost in the beginning. Like
that definitely is up is the thugonomics return of John Cena.
That was beautiful.
That shit was hot.
I marked off and that was dope.
I was like, look who's someone's dad. Like, you know. But I think some of the positions of the matches and then some of them were like flat a little bit too.
I just think they should have got. I thought it was
Like
a dog that
Roman
came in
Reigns
here.
Huh?
Roman Reigns match was flat. It was.
Yeah, that
It could have been on
still
Raw.
don't get why
It
the
could have been on
fuck
Raw.
Roman
That should've
won.
been on Raw.
But cool story. But all right, let's move on. Let's talk about Raw. Now, as everyone knows, the Raw after WrestleMania is one of those things it's a must see, must do. And did everyone at the table go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So one up, one down. Let's talk about it. Were you excited about the Raw after WrestleMania?
I thought they delivered.
Yeah.
I thought they delivered.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I the only one that I just was like, I could have watched this on TV?
Yeah.
I mean,
Same.
I wanted to be there because of Seth, because he had won, and I knew he was gonna and then it was cool to have that Kofi came out, he was disrespectful,
Fact.
Like Seth.
No. What Seth don't do is don't disrespect
But I'm forgiving
our
Kofi
black
because,
champion. That's what you gotta do.
Would you not right?
But
See.
even after off air when Seth he was hyping Kofi, I was like, he's such a good man.
Well, they're pretty much really cool.
Yeah, they are. Seth is pro-black. He's really Black Lives Matter. No, you know that. He is. He's
That's not a shoe-in.
Right,
Like BT does.
Like, you think he's going to Wakanda?
I don't think he has a Black Panther mask in his house.
You know where he got his house.
Neither do you.
Seth, tweet me. Let me know. Do you have a Black Panther mask?
He is currently with.
He's
He's definitely with
Becky.
the dual champion.
Right.
He ain't worried
I
about you.
did see that. I did see that.
Oh, I saw it in real time. Like I saw the both of them together. Like together. So I was like,
When and where?
When I was at the hotel.
Don't touch me. I don't
After the night of WrestleMania, they came back. They came up the escalator together. I was like,
At the Marriott?
yeah. I was like, okay. They about to get freaky.
Were they
Hey.
No, but he was definitely behind her though.
Whatever.
Okay,
They were
well,
sitting next to each other at the Hall of Fame too.
They were.
sitting next to, yeah.
They were.
Unfortunately.
Don't be mad, sis.
But I do agree with you, Janelle, that I could have. I went to Raw because I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the whole. If this hair, I'm gonna do a whole weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it all.
Balls to the wall.
Well, there you go. So for this to be the Raw after Mania, no one really. I mean, he had a couple of people, but I could have stayed home.
I could have do it though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
enjoyed it.
for me to get Taker and everyone at MetLife not to get Taker, I was cool with that. I was okay with that.
Yeah.
And then I mean, Lars coming out, I thought was dope, and I thought the whole Lacey Evans and Becky segment was fire.
Pretty solid, yeah.
I like Lacey too.
I like Lacey.
I love
She's
Lacey.
funny
She's
as
Becky
hell.
the Chain.
Totally on the Lacey bandwagon. Like, I think she's gonna be dope. But it's so hard in the
I
summer.
was just sick of her just keep coming outside and waving like,
Right,
how
so
much
now,
more are we gonna do now?
But now we got
when
something.
she punched her in the
Now we
face
know.
twice, I was like,
Dumped
oh
her. She was
shit.
like, dude. I was like, oh my god.
Her
She did
gimmick
it, and
is
she did it
dope.
in heels.
Like a lady.
And
Like a lady.
In a dress, yeah.
And
Like
then
a
when
lady.
it happened, she was like,
And
she
Justin, I was like,
like-
okay. I was like, okay.
Becky was all stumbling. I was like, you drunk, yo? Like, get the fuck out. Like,
Oh, you mad or nah?
But I was mad at the ending, the last part
Free the Revival.
with the bar.
with the bar. Yes.
I
Free
like
the
that
rest-
because we didn't
So
need
random.
Kofi.
Because I mean, we're talking about Raw because
well,
they
let's-
treat them like you're the tag team champions.
I'm sorry, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins being tag team champions, I think it's dope. I'm not gonna lie.
It's fine,
Not
but
gonna
like
lie.
the revival, how you
They
remember
treat-
when
they've
they
been treating them
remember how
like-
they won the titles, but then they were losing to Aleister and Ricochet two weeks in a row. So
Which
how
didn't
you
make
champion?
sense.
How you a champion? And then you lose on the kickoff show, and
And they put them on a kickoff
that's
show.
all. That's all I want. Just let it mean something, and then when someone takes the belt off you, then it's like I don't know. It was just me. Top guys.
But why did you like the bar?
Because Kofi didn't need to lose.
Well, we already knew that they were not going to.
I mean, I know that's the only reason.
But
I was sitting there like, oh, Vince is gonna fuck us in the ass. Like, oh my god.
And then after I was like, come on, he's not gonna do that. I was like,
It's too soon.
Somebody's gonna interrupt.
I'm so used to the
I probably would
fuckery.
have thought like maybe Daniel Bryan might have came
Yeah.
in. I felt like for anyone to interrupt.
Random ass fan for all I care. I need somebody.
No, as you see, random ass fans at Hall of Fame, they get beat the fuck up by fucking half of the revival.
Yep.
What was it? Dash Wilder punched that guy in the face and then walked away.
And he didn't even help them carry him.
Walked away. But I don't know, Raw. It just was like
lackluster.
And I blame it on it being next week being the Superstar Shakeup, and we're gonna touch on that.
Just being lazy.
The end of the segment.
Why is it so close though? Like.
It's always kind of like that week after, like the
Really?
week after, yeah.
Yes.
Because when they did it for, what was that, Orlando, they did the Raw, they were in Orlando, Raw, SmackDown the week after they were here in New York. Because
I went
They
to
did
it.
at Nassau, and then the week after was when they did the Superstar Shakeup.
See, okay.
So it always is like with
No, the Superstar Shakeup was
it was
Long
that
Island.
night.
It was in Long Island, yeah.
It was that night. So yeah, you know why? Because I was pissed that fucking Bray Wyatt lost. Then that nigga ended up on Raw, and I was like, makes sense.
And then I had thought Sasha was gonna finally turn on Bayley.
And that never happened.
That never happened because Bliss came out. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
She's so tiny.
Well, let's talk about SmackDown and the, celebration of our black champion. You're a black champion. You're a WWE champion. Kofi Kingston.
My Lambo was blue, and I be goddamn if my rims ain't too. Sorry.
But guys, what did you think of SmackDown though? Same.
I enjoyed SmackDown too. I had a good time at Barclays Mondays.
I could have stayed.
I was surprised Hardy's won.
Yes.
I wasn't because I know the Usos was gonna go over to Raw. I have like a.
I like them. I like the idea of them going to Raw,
They
especially
haven't
if
really
they
been
keep
on Raw for a minute now.
right.
Yeah, it's been a while since the original, well, not the original draft, but the second draft.
Because when you think about it, there's certain, and once again, we'll get into the Superstar Shakeup.
I like
There's
the draft better than the shake-up foolishness.
No, I like the shakeup because shakeup. Some people have already out-welcomed they stay. So, people I think, Usos, that have done really everything they've done on SmackDown. There's really nothing, there's no team, there's nothing else for you to do. Because the only, real, rivalry you've had on SmackDown was against New Day.
Yeah.
And you see where New Day is now. That's not happening. So, go on a new brand. Why not?
Well, I mean, I think Raw needs that because they're look what they're doing with the tag division.
Absolutely.
They're not really doing anything with the tag division, so I hope they don't get lost in the.
I doubt they will. And apparently,
I doubt it.
Didn't they just sign?
They just signed
They signed a new contract, so they definitely are in,
You hear that, Marks? They're not going to AEW.
I love the Usos.
I love them. Yeah.
I really love them.
I mean,
They do know right in my heart.
Would you consider them the best tag team? Just best tag team?
I think within the last 5 years, maybe
They could
pushing
they're up
10.
there. Yeah.
I'd say so.
Absolutely.
They're up there.
And it's all about consistency.
Yep.
For me.
And they are.
So
Yes.
Usos,
Absolutely.
they've been, they're the workhorse of the tag team division at the end of the day, and they've been ones to say, you know what, even if I gotta go through the whole whack ass face paint phase,
And they made
which
it
was
work.
trash,
First of all, that was
or
dope.
whatever.
When I say Oos, that was ill. And
That
then coming out
shit
and
was
It was,
trash.
but you know what? They got over.
Yeah,
They
right.
got over it. People love them. Yeah. People
had
still
all the
pay their
kiddies.
pace.
They had all the kiddies and the parents buying shirts and merch, so I was
guess I'm
cool.
a kid because I loved when they was face painting.
And I still can't tell them
I like
apart,
them
so
as-
it don't matter.
I like
I
them
can
as
now. I can.
Jimmy
Yeah, I
Jagger.
can.
And then Jay has
I like the
still
Uso
don't know.
penitentiary.
I
wanna go.
But I feel
Yeah.
but you know what it is why I kind of like the Uso penitentiary, the kind of thug, kind of gimmick, is because I feel like that's close.
them.
That's them.
That's them in general.
You
Yeah.
talking about two niggas that's already got DUIs,
Yeah.
that, has been through the
How
rough.
about that?
down with the chocolate, had food stamps,
Right, been through the struggle, literally left Florida
No, they
to
have
go.
who has kids.
Both of them. Left Florida
Naomi
on
Stephenson?
$0 to go train in Texas.
Yeah.
I feel like the gimmick is them, and it fits them. So I'm kind of excited.
Like, they look awesome at Mania.
Yeah.
That white, gorgeous.
Child.
Okay, guys.
I'm just saying.
All right. Any other thoughts on SmackDown?
It was alright.
I mean, just in general,
It was okay. Like it
the
was,
Hardy Boys winning was. I thought
Hardy
that
Boys
was like
winning.
the
I didn't
biggest
see that.
one.
Wait, the Brooklyn Bells. Who the hell were they?
Jobbers.
So-
Yeah, I know they were jobbers, but like they just
Jobbers on
find,
the Jobbers
random-
Tears podcast.
Just be random people like the Brooklyn. I was like, why did they name them the Brooklyn
so
Bells?
What I do think is, and someone on the live feed or anyone watching that's gonna on the comments, I think the girls are out of Creative Pro Wrestling School out on Long Island. So they are wrestlers. They're just from. I think they're on the indie scene. Cause I was like, one of the girls looked wild familiar, and I kept saying, I was like, where is he? Like, what is this? But I think they are from that school. So,
Okay.
But shout outs to all the jobbers, cause I always feel like it definitely is. So like, remember, what's her name? Aja, that was at Battle Club Pro. She was the girl that came out with Kelly Klein for a Supercard. And I was proud of her just even walking out that bitch. I was like, yes. I feel like those moments, even though, you're labeled like as a jobber or like, but like you
Brooklyn Bells are from Long Island. It's from Creative Pro. You're right.
Nice.
See?
Hit it on
I be
the
knowing sometimes. I be knowing. But I get excited to see, all the, independent wrestlers that get the opportunity, like when they're in their city to do something with WWE, whether it's the job out or not. I think it's pretty dope to do that.
Absolutely.
Well, let's, before we do, you have any other?
Well, how long do you think now that the Hardys are the champ? How long are they gonna be
I think
champs
for a minute.
Really?
A minute. Just because
They look good. They was looking young.
they look
and shit.
really good.
They
Well,
look-
Matt shed about 20 pounds.
Yes.
They had
So-
the old gear on.
He looked like
Which is
he
weird.
dyed his hair.
It's like, did you just go back to the closet and pick that? Like, it was weird.
They need new.
They need
They
gear.
need new
Like,
gear.
At
like,
that point,
a
I was
revamp.
like, "Where's Michael P.S. Hayes?" Like, that's how bad it was. Like, whoa.
Busy J791. Who y'all think Paige will bring out next week?
I can't give you anyone. I was lost. I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, I was like, who?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Sky Pirates, but I don't know. I really don't know if they're gonna bring up Kylie.
Definitely
and
think
Io.
it's gonna be. It's gonna either be two girls from the UK brand.
Who's Rhea teaming with? I forget.
So she's gonna be managing people again.
She's no.
Which I
Rhea-
think is great.
Yeah.
I actually think that's the perfect role for her.
Rhea
in all honesty.
Ripley. She's tagging with someone lately. That's who. When Sasha and Bailey had the titles, they were in NXT and on the live.
I don't know who she's tagging with, but I specifically
Tony
think.
Storm and Piper in the Finn.
Nah, I don't like that.
I think whoever Paige brings up is definitely gonna be UK brand.
That's what somebody said in the chat. Was Tony Storm and Piper in the Finn.
Oh.
As what do you,
As a tag team.
that they think they would be.
Yeah. Because you mentioned that. Who do you think switches? True Heel Epic 3. SP3 says, who do you think switches brands next week?
All right. Well, actually, that's a great question because that is
Segue.
actually our last piece of business is talking about the Superstar Shakeup. So as everyone knows, next week, Monday and Tuesday, respectively, in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, they will be doing the Superstar Shakeup where you never know who's going to end up on Raw and SmackDown. I low-key wanted to go too. I was like, well, shit.
Yeah.
I got a passport, so I could, but it's just like, that's out of the way.
Oh, I gotta renew mine.
I have to find mine. It's like,
But ladies, who do you see coming from SmackDown to Raw next week?
Jill.
Ooh.
yeah, I can agree.
Jill is definitely going to Raw, and they're gonna put Finn on.
Finn.
They're switching the belts. They're gonna switch them.
A dead giveaway for Finn too, because on the WWE shop, shout out to them.
It's blue.
It's blue. He has a blue
You
shirt.
think so? Just
But he had a blue jacket on before.
He's been wearing blue trunks.
Yeah,
like,
but he's never had a blue shirt before.
I think.
I think.
But
he's
then
gonna
some of his stuff do come in blue. But I mean, that could be a giveaway. But I think they're
gonna switch.
They're gonna switch the belt. So
belts.
if
Okay,
you're gonna
so
send Joe, you're gonna have to send
See
Finn
Joe
over.
on Raw.
You said the
Finn on
Usos are
SmackDown.
gonna definitely probably go.
Definitely
over.
think Usos will end up on Raw.
Will be on SmackDown?
That
Drew-
could
no,
be,
Drew-
but I
Because
think
he was there last night.
so-
Braun maybe come over too.
AJ will go to
AJ's
Raw.
going to Raw.
AJ is
that I
definitely
know. That I am pretty confident in too.
Because he's done everything on
It's,
SmackDown.
yeah, it's one of those situations where you've done everything you
Bring
can.
on
Let's
Raw
go.
and
I'd even bring
I
Roman
love
to
his-
SmackDown, to be honest.
I would put Roman to really be honest, I probably swap champion. I probably put Seth on SmackDown too. Fuck it. Put Roman on SmackDown. Send New Day to Raw.
I think I said put Roman in NXT. I was like, you just mean about that, man.
No, because when you think about it, whatever roster SmackDown's gonna have is gonna go live on Fox in October. So it has to be heavy hitters. Like also too, I remember having a conversation with somebody. They think Brock's gonna end up on SmackDown too, because of the whole Fox thing. I don't know about that.
The
I think
women.
Brock's not working.
Women?
I think Carmella
Women.
and Naomi would go to Raw.
Raw, yes.
Naomi's definitely following her husband.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
They're not splitting that one.
And
up.
they're not
Definitely
splitting up
following her
Zelina from Alistair.
Andrade.
I think
Alistair.
wherever Alistair's at,
She's going there too. So
Andrade will probably.
but they've been doing both brands anyway. So
But they
gotta
said
pick.
once the superstar shakeup happens, then
They'll have a.
so then wherever
I think-
he's going, she's going right behind.
I
so
think once if they unify these titles or Becky loses
I
one
really-
time, I think
hope
she
that-
goes
I hope
Raw.
what really needs to happen is Becky and Lacey needs to fight at Money in the Bank,
they will.
and it needs to be for one of the titles, and Lacey needs to win that title.
That's why, and that's what I meant.
Already?
Absolutely.
I
You
would-
have 2 belts. You can't. You better hold both.
Well, that's why
but you like-
I think.
She be fucked up. She
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
But
That's why I
some
think-
things are heavy. One.
I think two.
Two.
I think 2 people need to be
Yeah,
going
girl,
at her
okay.
for the title. 2 people need to be going at it at her. Like Lacey came out on Monday. I'm like, all right, cool.
I thought somebody was going yesterday.
Because she said it in her promo. Like, I know. I'm paraphrasing. Basically, I'm a wanted woman, right?
Yeah, I got double
And
targets on my back.
She should. They're not booking it properly.
But-
Come on.
Well, no, they fucked up booking the moment where she ended up winning 2 belts.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
at the end of the day,
I do hope that she gets one. Like separate the belts.
One
like
gotta-
they've been-
one
one
gotta
gotta
come
come
off.
off. One does have to. I do agree that.
I
don't know if Lacey.
I
She
think-
has one in her hand. She's like,
She like she be fucked up.
hold on, can you go commercial, please?
I think Charlotte is going to Raw, and I think Sasha and Bailey will go over to SmackDown.
Sasha may not have a job right now because she's on a sabbatical.
That is definitely
That's why I say
Gotta go.
first of all, now you ODing because definitely AJ Styles has not been on TV since WrestleMania. So relax.
Sasha's in DR. Sasha canceled her appearance. It was like for personal reasons.
She's on
Big
vacation.
popped up in DR.
She is on vacation, like all the
personal
superstars.
reason.
All the superstars have a week off
Yeah, they need a
until
week.
next week.
Yeah, they've
I
been
understand.
working.
I'm just saying Sasha had an appearance until they didn't show up. Just saying.
I wouldn't have gone to Wendy Williams either.
You agreed to it months ago.
Well,
Just
yeah.
saying.
Shit
Be
happens.
Shit happens.
Sasha, I'm just letting you know. Be professional.
On that note,
All right. Are there any questions on the live feed before we do say our farewells?
hi.
Couple questions. We'll get to it.
Just give me 2, and then we're gonna briefly talk about next year.
Is anyone going to Tampa?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay. Girl, I've already looked up
So-
Airbnbs, hotels.
Oh, okay. So I need to be a part of that thing.
Okay.
She Snow said with Drew McIntyre possibly injured, who should be next in line for a championship match?
So Drew's possibly injured. That's interesting.
Is it confirmed if Charlotte is injured? Because she looked like she hurt her knee really bad.
Oh, this shit.
Rhonda broke her hand, but
Oh, okay.
there wasn't anything. I heard anything about Charlotte.
Charlotte didn't hear nothing, but I did hear something about Ronda.
Yeah, Ronda's
Ronda hurt her
she
hand.
broke her
She
hand.
broke
Her
her
hand,
hand.
her hand was a little messed up.
though.
Bitch.
Okay.
But
Tell her why you mad.
and you wrap up a knee and then keep it pushing. Yeah. So who do you think will be in line?
Drew. If
If
Drew's
Drew-
injured, I don't even.
Because
That was my next in regards to contender.
yeah.
Which to me didn't make sense why
Why
he
he
lost
lost.
at Mania. Like I keep saying that. Like
Boy,
why did you do that?
Not even besides that. If you want to keep the good momentum we have with Roman, where people are not booing him, let him.
Some
like,
people
ease
were
him
booing
in.
him though.
My God, we were booing him at Raw.
Yes, because it's New York.
And literally, someone texted me like, "Yo, they muted the boos." Like I was like, "Yeah, they sure did." 'Cause
It's
we
in,
were
but
booing.
it's in New York.
I don't want to hit your camera. I gotta get by. Thank you.
Wow.
Nova face.
It's in New York. I feel like when they go to Montreal, you're not gonna hear those boos. But with
never know.
with that said, I think he should have lost. Just if you want to, like, all right, we're not.
The momentum stopped the moment the 3 count happened.
That's it.
Period.
So that's why
That's why he got booed then.
probably. And he's in,
I was like,
it's
oh,
in
they
New York.
got so
It's
much
New
for, you
York.
know. But then when he came out, then they, like, I guess, you know.
It is what
And
it
they
is.
tried to boo for after Mania, not after Mania, when Raw went off. But then Steph did a good job by bringing in the cancer, which is unfortunate that you have to do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why is that? Why are we using that as a crutch? Because I'm pretty sure there are probably other people that have wrestled all over the world and had illnesses.
I like me some Roman. So.
Listen, I'm not.
You sound kind of mean to other people that got sick. Like,
Because, like, no, I'm just saying, like, I just feel like
That's
that's
a
a-
great thing he overcame
She's
that.
basically saying that she wants them to keep that same energy.
No, I don't. Yeah, and
Yeah.
to be honest, like, people gotta understand. There's Joe, who's a family man, cancer survivor, all type of shit. No, not your team. Every Samoa's name is Joe. You have Joe and then you have Roman. They're two different characters, two different entities.
But he's done. I think Roman has done he's done tremendously.
Oh, to get back in shape into listen.
No, not even that. Just the character. I think he's better than what he was
Before.
He's grown into his character, and it's just a matter
Well,
of
what is
WWE.
his character? Now it's the cancer patient.
Ooh, damn.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
I'm asking a question.
Roman, I support you. In your
Listen.
Same.
It's not a dig at Roman. You know what? I have a colleague of mine that is battling breast cancer right now. So like I'm sympathetic to and understanding illnesses and stuff like that. But don't use that as the character because then I'm gonna look at you crazy. Because there are normal people with the same shit.
That was off air.
Yeah, no, all the shit that we saw was off air.
Yeah, I'm saying. So I think just Seth was just talking like yo, because he does promos like that all the time. When he's in Brooklyn. Like, he'll be like, he'll break the fourth wall all the time.
Yeah, him and Cena actually do it the best.
Yeah,
John Cena does it
That's
really
what I fell in love with Seth. He broke the fourth wall the first time I seen him live, and I was like, God damn it!
All right, last question before we talk about.
Hi.
Gotta go. Any other questions?
Oh, you want some more questions?
Just one.
Not really. We can just do our Tampa next year if we're going on.
Okay, so go to your Tampa talk.
All right, so go.
Well, this one is a pretty good one. CJ
I don't care that.
.NYC.
No, we do. Shut up.
How long do you think Kofi and Seth hold the titles for?
Seth is gonna hold it for a
Seth is
while.
gonna hold
Seth is definitely going at least to the end of the year.
Kofi is definitely
Up in air.
transitional.
Kofi is definitely minimum.
Well, who
SummerSlam.
depends? Yeah, I'm gonna say
Minimum.
who would go against him now? Who would be his opponent?
So the thing is,
And we're not doing that whole like rematch clause thing.
I totally see Seth going further because whoever wins Money in the Bank, I think will go after Kofi.
Of course.
So that's just my thought in that. Like I feel like they'll go for the lesser of the two evils,
Yeah.
which makes sense. But all right. So as we close this chapter to WrestleMania 35, it has been a long, exciting, fun week.
Tiring
week. But guess what? In about 365 days, we get to do it all over again. But this time
And warmer weather.
And
warmer weather.
Yes.
And hot weather.
and poo-poo shorts and tank tops.
And-
I can't wait. I
And
can't
everything
wait.
close together.
WrestleMania, actually, no.
No, for example.
The stadium, so the stadium is like how Arizona was. How the stadium is closer to the airport.
It wasn't too bad though. Everything was more or less in.
So, okay, so think of it this way.
No,
So,
we were
look,
walking distance and everything.
this is the airport. This is the stadium. You got to cross a bridge. Downtown Tampa is like over here.
In Phoenix or NOLA, you mean? Because Phoenix was everything. was
No,
in the
but I
best
mean for
proximity.
Tampa, that's what I
Right.
mean.
Yeah.
So like literally, boom, boom, everything else.
So everything else is over. So we got
Everything
keep
else
coming
is
back
gonna be
over
kind
here.
of in downtown Tampa probably because they'll have. I think the University of Tampa has an arena, and I think that wherever their hockey team plays is an arena, but that's all in downtown area.
And it's
Because trust and
ridiculous.
believe, I started researching, so a bit
Go
what time
off.
are we on?
Go
So
off.
we are fast tracking and counting down the days to WrestleMania 36, which will be Sunday, April the 5th, 2020 in Tampa Bay, Florida. If you haven't seen the promos, I think I feel gypped. I feel like New York, we got half-ass promos.
Yo, the set was trash. It was
Oh,
just like
the stage.
like, I
they
felt-
did
yo,
it dirty.
They did everything.
They've been downsizing since Orlando. Trust me. So I'm interested to see.
I was
but
like,
I
my first Mania, and they gonna give
I
me some
like the
half-ass.
pirate because the Buccaneers they use
Yes.
the stadium. I love the
I
kind of
can't
like
wait to
theme
be
for
there.
it.
I'm
So ladies, the question of the hour is, what do you see just in like a 2020 vision, if you can? What will be the main event for WrestleMania 36?
I feel like I could see Alistair being.
Ooh.
Alistair Black.
Nice.
I wouldn't mind seeing Velveteen Dream.
Girl,
Interesting.
I would love to see me
That's
some
very
Brady.
interesting, yeah.
Chrissy, what do you think? Who will be a part of the main event at WrestleMania 36?
As much as I can't stand Ronda Rousey.
Is Ronda's redemption
Ain't she on a baby or something?
in my Sid's voice? Well, she wants to have a family.
She
wants-
wants to be WrestleMania next year.
Oh,
Go have a baby.
But the talk is that, because remember, so the of course everyone knows that the ending was messed up. We all know that. We didn't get to speak about it, but real quick, sorry. The ending was messed up, but somehow they're gonna try to have them come back again. Probably do just them two though, like it should have been from the get go.
Like,
Oh, they're gonna try to pull a Rock Cena 2 on us?
Correct.
Oh no,
We
bro.
gonna get Ronda
Nah, I think